What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another album of the month, this time for October 2021. And I could not be more excited than to be talking to you about one of my favorite bands of all time, Coldplay, and their 9th studio album, Music of the Spheres, which just dropped a little over an hour ago, so fresh off the presses, fresh in my head. So hopefully I don't ramble on this, but this is going to be my first reaction / album review. And I feel like I can do it because I've sat in the pre-release singles for a while, kind of marinated in them, Coloratura being my favorite of those, and one of my favorite Coldplay songs of all time at this point. I've already done a whole review of just that song alone. I give it a 10 out of 10. So coming into this record, I kind of already had high expectations, but also kind of felt like, okay, Coloratura plus whatever else is going to be on here. And I already knew Higher Power, which also has grown on me through the months. I wasn't crazy about it on first release. I felt it was a little poppy, but it is poppy, but it's so well done and so well produced. Max Martin did a fantastic production job throughout the album, but that song especially just sounds huge, and it has such a catchy chorus that you can't help but sing along to it. The weakest of the three singles, though, My Universe, their collaboration with BTS, I feel like goes a little too much in the pop direction to where you kind of feel like it's more of a BTS song than a Coldplay song, in my humble opinion, which for those of you that love BTS is going to be a good thing. For me, I love, the pop rock alternative mixed with real heart and soul that is Coldplay, and that does come up here and there on this album, but overall, this is more or less a pop album. A lot of people are probably going to compare it to A Head Full of Dreams, which I think was a real misstep for the band. Really the only one, in my opinion. All their other albums are either fantastic, great, or really good. Head Full of Dreams, I think, just had too much material that was just too fluffy. And while this album has a little bit of that, like the song Beautiful, which has Chris Martin doing this weird chipmunk voice and really feels kind of out of place, honestly, that and My Universe, which are in a little section towards the end of the album, that is the part that I'm going to be skipping as I listen to this album more and more. But there's definitely some great stuff on here as well that I had not heard before tonight, like People of the Pride is a really great rocker that has, again, the production on this thing, the guitar sounds so big. It reminds me a little bit of Major Minus from Milo Xyloto. Has a little bit of that vibe to it, a little bit of like an angry vibe, which is cool. I always like to hear angry Chris Martin, but also, he's got some great ballads on here as well. He does a collaboration with Selena Gomez called Let Somebody Go, which is nice. It's nothing amazing, and it has kind of the sentiment that if you love someone, set them free, the Sting song from the 80s. So nothing like amazing lyrically, just very simple, like some of the best Chris Martin songs are. And actually, one of the best songs on this album is the one right after it, Human Heart, which is also very simple, just talking from the heart, saying boys don't cry, and then We Are King, they do the girls part, but the melodies and the harmonies are just so gorgeous. It's just almost all vocals, and it sounds so huge, and the reverb, it almost makes it sound like it's in outer space. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous song, and I think a real standout on here. Another nice song is Humankind, which comes right after Higher Power and feels also a little poppy. It reminds me, again, a little bit of Milo Xyloto, Hurts Like Heaven song that starts off that album. So there's a little bit of Milo on here, a little bit of Ghost Stories actually too in some of the ballads on here. But Coloratura, again, coming back to that, it's like no matter what else they did on this album, which most of it is pretty strong. There are, a few little missteps here and there, but Coloratura really saves the day, and it's almost like, they've gone in a whole other direction just with that song that lifts this album up. I don't know if it would make my top 5 Coldplay albums, to be honest with you, because there's so many great records. Even X and Y, which had some stuff on it that I didn't care for either, is still a great album. If I had to give this a grade right now, I would probably give this a strong 7.5 out of 10, which I still, highly recommend. You really can't go wrong with Coldplay. I think the only album, as I said, was Head Full of Dreams that really disappointed me. This one, while it's not a rush of blood to the head, in my opinion, which is a perfect 10 out of 10 album, this really does have some shining moments. Coloratura, Higher Power, Human Heart, People of the Pride. So roughly half of the album is pretty fantastic, because really it's 12 songs, but of the 12, 3 of them are short little interludes that are named after like planet emojis or something. And then there's one called Infinity that's about 4 minutes long. That's also just an instrumental. So those, while they do kind of offer a little bit of a vibe to the album, kind of giving that planetary space exploration atmosphere, they don't really add much to the album either as far as individual songs, but overall the album does have a good flow to it, I would say. Again, definitely recommend it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What would you grade it if you had to? What are your favorite tracks on the album? If I had to pick 2, it would be Coloratura and probably Human Heart are my 2 favorites on the record. I think those 2 alone, are just Coldplay at their best. So guys, thank you so much for watching. We got more album reviews, top 5s every Friday. Being that it's Coldplay week here at Johnny Radio, I'm about to upload my top 5 Coldplay songs of all time, so be sure to check that out as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.